Hello, hello. Just had a bit of time. Figured I'd see what I can do for goof around with a track and maybe post something up on Patreon for folks for whatever we end up sampling here. Uh, let's see. Where do we want to go? Let's start with some drums. Just find something out here. I just got a bunch of basically I took in Ableton Live. I prepared a bunch of tracks that I can play on the TP7 and then kind of scrub through whatever I want for just short loops. I've got it way pitched down. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to listen through for see if there's anything that I kind of dig here. Kind of like that. Let's increase our record time. We don't need 4 minutes. Do 20 seconds. I think it was the next one. Yeah, here we go. All right, this should just be good enough. We'll call this drum loops, and we can chop that up for whatever we'd like to do with it. And see what makes sense. All right, we'll go to keep and sample edit. First, let's normalize it. Do it. So it was around here. Probably this. Just zooming into find the start point. All right, look at the end point. Looks like around here. I want to make sure it loops okay. I think we're good. All right, so let's process that. Discard. Discard. Oop, I didn't do it. Process, do it. And now we should chop this up, and then we can get rid of whatever we don't want. Go regions. Or maybe not. Let's go threshold. We got a lot of similar, but also I think there's a good amount of chops here to work with. All right, just go convert it. Something we can work with, and let's go back again. See what we get out of seems kind of fun. Go sample. Hello, Crazy Wabbit. How you doing, man? Staying out of trouble? feel like I need to increase my input volume on the back here, but we'll just normalize it. All right, we're good. We got enough weird noise. Drum loop noise. Let's go edit that. This will be another process and normalize. Did I go too far? I did. Do it. And my grandfather always used to say, I'd ask how he was doing. He'd say, I woke up on the right side of the ground today, so it must be a good day. It is kind of hard to argue with that. This is intense. Let's go by regions. There's some fun stuff. So let's convert this, make another drum kit out of it. I actually want to kind of start with just some of that noise. Let's go to 5. Maybe it's a little fast. I don't know. We'll see. But could be a little weird. Kind of feel like I want this nudged back. I don't know. Maybe I'm making something out of nothing here, but I feel like I want to fix that. Let's go fix it. Oh, let's go to because I feel like that's going to force us into a certain rhythm, and I want to at least not have all of these. All right, let's get the end. We'll just pull it back. All right. We want poly for this probably. And I gotta stop. I gotta keep remembering to do this. Let's split these up. We'll go cut. Keep getting lazy. Go to 3 here, shift paste, go back to here, cut and paste, paste-a-rooney, and we should be good. Still don't know what kind of track we're making, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Have to be a little careful, maybe. All right. Let's go to track 17 here, and we can actually just record something into the sequencer. turn full level off. Let's go F minor. All right, let's just try it. Fix that flub. Let's see what we get out of this still. A little reverb, maybe? I'm afraid this is a little too hollow. Maybe I'll capture it in a loop. So we can kind of work on it from there. So we'll mute this just to stop it from playing. And let's go sample. Oh, we want to go actually the looper back so I can export it. I gotta export it first, and I don't know, lo-fi glitch strings. I don't know, I feel like we're getting kind of dirty here, but it's fine. We'll keep it. Sample edit. Let's go chop it up again. We'll go by regions. I think I want 32. I'll work with that. Go to track 9. Drum kits. Oh, I didn't export it. Duh. Right. Did I still do the convert? Or did I? I thought I converted it. Where'd it go? Alright, we got it. Let's double up our length. So I think I want this to be 4 bars. How we're doing. So everything else is so noisy, it's kind of hard to mix right now, but that's all right. I was kind of wondering what this might do with like a, I don't know, delay pro is probably too much, but all right. I just want something that's kind of like there. I feel like this is working. Probably going to need to cut down some more, but we'll get there. The patch bay is not actually hooked up. It is preventing the cardboard from falling in, and you might be able to see on the back here, it's easier to see if you can see the top. I just have it set up on this make noise Euro rack stand. And I just had this cardboard, and the weight of it has been slowly pushing it down. So I put the patch bay underneath. So I do like patch bays. They're handy. I might actually make or build a more consistent platform for everything that will hold everything up. But yeah, it's decorative for a patch bay right now. This is what I actually had set up for everything before, and it was down under the desk so I could patch stuff up real quick. And once I moved 3/4 of my studio setup into the basement and I'm still considering what I'm going to sell, I just brought this up because it was a little bit easier, and I figured I'm on the fence about some of the sub mixers and things I had. So I was like, you know, the patch bay might be what stays and route everything through it. I haven't gotten quite there yet. So, all right. We need some bass. Do we want to build something, or actually, I don't want to mess with a chain right now in case we want to record another loop or something with the same sound, but I don't know. There's tons of synths on here now. Let's see. Let's go mini D. Bass sub. Let's try. There we go. All right, let's bring in some drums. I gotta pick a rhythm to go with here. Maybe go lower. Can try and do that. Yeah, the nice thing about the patch bay is if you have especially limited either inputs or outputs, usually you'll find you're limited on inputs. It will allow you to just quickly route stuff around and make quick changes to how you want to route stuff. Less of a problem if you got less gear, and actually, as I said in a few of the other videos, just being able to jam something through and just have I only have a couple different ways to get audio into here at this point, so I don't have as many decisions to make. So it's really just, okay, if I send it through from aux on the TX6, it is going through the guitar pedals, and I'm not recabling them or doing other stuff, so you can kind of get in and out pretty quickly. Thank you. I'm glad you like how it sounds. So the SP, I will explain all of this, how it's hooked up. The MPC is definitely the brain, and I have outputs 1 and 2 are going into channel 1 of the TX6. I have outputs 3 and 4 are going into the SP404 Mark II, and then outputs 5 and 6 are going also, no, actually 5 and 6 are going to the OP1 now. That's right. So I get the, basically I can kind of route stuff around from the MPC wherever I want sounds to go or where I want to either resample or drop effects. And then what I have set up on the TX6 is as I said, the MPC 1 and 2 go to bus 1. The SP404 Mark II outputs go to, I don't know, let's see, bus 2 or track 2. The OP1 goes to track 4. And the TP7 is going to track 5. And then the outputs from the guitar pedals are going into, I think, the outputs of the guitar pedals go into the ins on the Akai MPC. So it sounds a little bit like a routing madness, and it kind of is. And then the last one that I have is this cable over here that I think this is bus 3. I don't know if I light it up with my fingers. No. This is set up and prepared for the M8 from Dirty Wave. I've been really trying to learn a lot about that and keep up with the firmware 4.0. That's probably going to be the next instrument I will try and write up a guide for, or a quick reference, or both, or other stuff, or do more videos. But at the moment, I've been kind of trying to step back slowly from doing quite so much SP404 Mark II content and trying to just use the setup, live with it, and kind of see what I think. So if that makes sense, then cool, thumbs up. If not, it is a little crazy, so I don't know what to tell you, but just trying to play around with some things and live with it and reduce how much options and things I have. Do I miss the Waldorf Iridium and the Access Virus? Absolutely, but it is also nice having, I don't know, twice as much, maybe 3 times more desk space, so I can actually, for example, have a glass of water over here without worrying about spilling it everywhere, or tug on a cable and knock stuff over. It is nice. But I don't know. Got a couple other pedals kicking around here, so, and I'm not getting rid of everything. Still got Lossy over here, and it's cool. Anyway, I'm glad you understand crazy. I don't always. I don't know where we're going with this. I've probably just been talking too much and been goofing around. I feel like I want some drums a little bit, like maybe like some real kick drums or some alternate ones to put in here. I don't know. Let's stop everything for a second and see what else we can dredge up. Maybe not with all the filters on. Actually, I kind of like that kick drum. Let's sample our arm. I feel like I can work with that. I just figured I'd grab the loop. Drum loop. Let's call it 2. We'll get real creative. And I don't want to assign it to anything. We'll just keep it. Get in and edit. Get to trim mode. It's a little hot. That's okay. It's called adding spice, right? Let's get rid of some of that stuff on the end. Yeah, we don't need this. Let's go process discard. Why is it? Oh, because I have a slice. Whatever. It's You know what? I don't even care anymore. We're just going to go trim on threshold. So we start on 5. That's fine. We'll do that. Grab it. Let's go. We'll go to here. Why? Oh, because we're muted. Oh, I actually have some. That was the noise track. Okay, we gotta go back, fix that. That's here. Okay. Let's go. I did terrible. I was getting confused with some of the noise. I think it was the drum noise throwing me off. Let's try this. How long do I usually record samples? I would say I'm actually feel like I'm being kind of sloppy right now. I frequently enjoy making tracks using like 10 or 16 seconds worth of samples, and I know we could do hours worth of samples, but I don't know. Usually I try and like get a couple sounds. I would usually actually chop down the drums and do what I want with it, but I'll say I'm being lazy, but I'm allowing myself to have some, I'll scare quote, artistic creativity and access to some of the other sounds if I want to come back to them instead of trimming them down right now. Trying to force myself to do a few different workflows, but I come from being pretty used to working on like I don't know, like I used to be on like the S950 and have no memory, so being able to sample 20 seconds or on like the PO33 having 40 seconds of sample time was great. But I tend to get into the kind of this mindset of just usually I'll sample something and then just trim down to exactly what I want. I find it usually helps me go faster because I have less options to do things and I have less decisions to make because I've already taken out all that stuff that is usually kind of filler. But as I said, I'm just trying, if you watch some of the live streams, you probably see me do like this kind of style too, where it's like just do it, dirty chop it with threshold or, you know, play it out by hand and kind of go from there. So I will say it depends. And I'm gonna scroll over. My vision is not good enough to read. Is that Clement? Maybe. Hello. Which MPC model? I got the MPC Live Mark II, Make II. But now that I'm actually looking at the screen, I can't believe how dark it is. Let me turn you guys should tell me to turn the lights on or something. I know we now have the shadow from my phone, which I'm actually not recording anything from right now, but there's a shadow from the phone and the microphone, but that at least makes the screen a little bit more visible. So, I don't know. You guys keep me in check. Someday I will actually get some better recording studio setup gear so I can have the ring light and things, but haven't gotten around to it. Hasn't been my priority. I gotta decide where we're going next. I feel like I want some more variety on these chopped strings or something different. Let's see what we can get for... I don't want to go pad. Do we want to go like goofy, weird chiptune? That sounds terrible. I should be embarrassed. Does my MPC have the notion of pattern like the one on the SP that can be cued or after others? Let me show you. So I'll start with yes. Let me just stop everything. And there we go. So if you're the best way I can translate this would be the sequence here. Why is it going all blurry? The sequence up here at the top would be kind of your overarching container for all of the different sounds, and you can have multiple sequences and you can chain those together. I frequently, if I'm trying to do something really quick or not worry about it, I will just work at the track level. So we're on the SP404 Mark II, you can really only do pad mutes. If you separate out your content on the MPC, you can instead do what they call track mutes. They do have like the similar equivalent of a pad mute, but you can't record it. But so I can like show you here. If I go to mute, as long as I'm being like consistent and thorough, I can actually name each of these pads. And the ones that are yellow are basically showing me they're unmuted tracks, and then the other ones here are muted tracks. So if I'm trying to think about like song structure and doing things, what I'm going to do is like decide like, okay, what do I want to start with for sounds? Maybe I have these unmuted. Like this could be like the start of coming into the song. And what I could do is do timing correct and time division. I usually do quarter notes so that at the next quarter note, it will kick in and start playing something. So if I'm like trying to play something, I will let it play. And it's like, okay, on the 4/4, now I can bring this in as the next element. If I want to drop drums, I tap them, it'll drop them on that quarter note. And then if I want to come in and be like, okay, we got a build up, let's bring something crazy in, I just tap in like the next two. So like this is usually how I would go about performing on the MPC, or as I said, you can record these events onto the timeline. Because we have the looper, it's going to keep looping forever. So what you need to keep doing is like doubling up the length of the pattern. But I can, in time, musical time, but at will, I can bring stuff in and out, which is super helpful and handy. So is it sort of queuing like that? Sort of. If I wanted to, like I could come in here, like if I'm more trying to think song structure, like let's say I have like this as a drop, I could come in, hit the pencil, and where's copy or duplicate? Sorry, I'm just looking at this at an angle and the microphone's in the way, so I can't actually read it. So I'll just move sideways. That will solve the problem. Copy, so in here it says copy sequence, you tap that. Like I could copy over and say I want this to be like a, what do I call this, build up, like, or like section A or whatever. So I could do, I'll just call it section, it's fine. So I come over, and when I go, it's gonna now say next, it's gonna move over to the next one. Once it moves over, I could then come in and decide what I want muted and unmuted. So I could bring in the drums and say like, okay, I've got this sequence is this part. I could then go here on sequence. I'm just rotating the knob counterclockwise to bring it back so it says next sequence 01. And you know, I could come in and rename this and say like, hey, this is the drop. And there's a whole song mode that allows you to chain things together, and it drives most people nuts because it's a very, I'll say, Akai, a very MPC way to think and work. But basically what you have to have is make sure all of your tracks have the same program in it across every track, because what will happen is if you go into song mode, it's going to use whatever the first program is for that track, and when you switch to the next sequence, if it's a different program, when you're doing these kinds of queue up changes, it will sound fine. But when you go render out everything, you can only have one track or one drum program per track, and it drives most people nuts, and they're like, what the heck just happened? It's ruined my song. It's one of those things you just have to know. It's kind of an idiosyncratic thing. So yes, it's weird. I've been using MPCs for 20 years, so I totally have it ingrained in my head, by and large, how they work. So just haven't done a lot of videos. I got like 70 videos on the MPC, but almost 800 on the SP404 Mark II. I don't know what I was thinking. I've just been having fun making videos on the 404, I guess. Thank you, Bash. Glad you like the beat. And yeah, let's see, where do we want to go with this next? You're thinking of grabbing an MPC-X? I had one, and I will tell you, it is amazing. I miss it. I had the original MPC Live. I'm sorry, we keep going to story time instead of messing around with creating a song, but I had the MPC Live. Before that, I'd had the MPC 1000 forever, and worked with some MPCs before that, but big one for me was the MPC 1000 JJOS. I loved that thing. I had it for probably 15-ish years before I finally was like, okay, I'll sell it. I was like, I don't need to start an MPC museum. I was at like 3 or 4 MPCs. So got the MPC Live, then the X came out. I ended up getting the X. Then I got they announced the Live Mark II. And I was like, at the time I was like super into modular. So I was like, I want the CVs, the speakers. Like, actually, I know a lot of people complain about it. I think it sounds great. It's not perfect for mixing and mastering, but from a standpoint of just be able to have something that you can reasonably throw in a backpack and go jam with other people, I think it's great because you can provide the power for a lot of folks. You got the speaker and can do a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, I was like, okay, at that point I sold off the the original, the OG MPC Live, and I then had the Live Mark II and the X and the MPC 1000. I was like, okay, I got rid of the 1000. Then I was like, I wanted something that was more portable. I was doing a lot of traveling for work, and I was like, I can't bring the X with me, but I would love to bring the Live with me all the time. So I sold the X, and I love having even just the 4 Q-Links here, but having 16 Q-Links is awesome. At this point, every once in a while I'm like, I could go get the MPC X SE, but I don't know, I'd rather wait and see what Akai is going to do. And at the same time, I could live with just the Akai MPC Live Mark II. I could use this probably another 6 or 10 years. I mean, it is super feature rich for what you can do with it. So yeah, I would say though, if you get a good deal on the MPC X, I'd say go for it. If you are willing to put the time into it, or if you've used MPCs before, they are awesome. So anyway, I feel like I gotta go fix this track here. So, oops. We need to cut out the snares because I foolishly keep being lazy and not naming tracks to make my life easier whenever I decide to come back and actually do something with this. So I'm going to go back in, and we want to be on the 1, 2, whoops, and paste. So we got the snares here. So we got snares 2. We can go back to playing this if you guys are enjoying hearing it. Snare 02. Those snares just hit so much harder. I'd say it's good to have an A and B. How weird do we want to get with this? We're hitting a problem. I'm actually triggering notes, so I got to unarm the track. That's a little piercing. Sorry. It's getting a little away from me. It's funny that you like the software but not the MPC one. I can understand the MPC one being a little tough because it doesn't have as many inputs and outputs. My brother-in-law has it. I got him into it. He likes it. I just like having the extra outputs on the Akai MPC Live because then you can do FX loops with like the SP404 Mark II or other devices. Back out to the OP1. Oh, gotta go to MIDI channel 9 again. Feels a little cheesy. Maybe I'll play it and then we can really hit it a little bit harder. I don't know. No, I can't do it. Let's see what else we got here. Sounds like a bird chirping. We should go back to that, like that. All right, Muscle. We'll give you a try. I think I can live with that. Oh, right. I disabled ARM, record ARM. I'll do that again. My dogs are staring at me, so I'll probably have to take them out in a minute. What do we get for delay here? See how it goes with the strings. I think we're getting a little away from where I was thinking, but let's clear this buffer. Let's record it. Turn play off, export it. I don't know, this is, let's call it Muscle. Keep it in case we want to come back. And I don't know, some of that was cool. This is where I should have had the SP404 Mark II at the end of the chain. I mean, I can try and do it again. Let's go clear. Record. Okay. I didn't do it like that. Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are cool, so as long as that makes you smile, that's good. I don't know. I don't think that worked. Alright, let's give up on that. Let's go freeze. Try some reverse mode C. I don't know. I wasn't digging it, man. I appreciate you saying it's not a bad thing. If you want to record it off of the YouTube and try and do something with it, if I wasn't talking over it, go nuts. I'm actually wondering if I'm just hurting myself here because the strings in the background maybe need to be muted. Let's mute that so we can actually hear what we got going just here. So it's getting kind of crazy. Okay, let's just turn everything off. Is that how that's... Oh, it is the crazy delay Pro going bananas. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to hearing what we were doing. Let's go mix all the way. We can make a bass. Do we dare try slip? I think I'm getting out of the... I'm losing it. Let's record this like super dark, bassy thing. Muscle 2. Keep it. Alright, we can... Let's go mute this for the moment. Sample edit. Yeah, this one's wild. Alright. 2. Looks like it needs some, little bit of love here. Let's go chop, process, normalize. I don't know, do I chop this? Let's do it. Regions. It's either 16 or 8. Try 8. I think 16 is going to be good, though. Let's go 16. All right. Shift, convert, do it. And Zoe, I'll take care of you in, give me 5 minutes. We're going to see where this goes. Bass. Go to the next one. We'll do a quick thing here. Let's unmute. Oh, let's unmute some parts. think the chopped strings are too much, maybe. I mean, Delay Pro is doing some work there. Let's see what we can get. I'll start over. I switched up how I was playing too many times. Clean this up. It's getting like so hot in here. I guess it is time. My dogs are both staring at. The two of them are staring at me. I guess I need to give this a break. I'll end the stream. Everybody, thanks for stopping by, hanging out, and chatting. Hope you had some fun. And I don't know, I'll figure out what to do with some of these samples if people want to mess around with them. And I'll probably keep working around on this. I think it's been kind of fun. I like wherever it's going. I still don't know, but it's been a good one. Everybody, keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good.